Okay, so on this show last week, I recapped Victory Road, and I said match of the night for me was Zach Wentz versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Um, and I said that it was unfortunate that nobody watched it. Look, it's on a Friday night going head to head with SmackDown, and so nobody was going to get to see it, and not get to see it, but nobody was going to make the time to see it. And then I think I think it was Io in the chat said, well, you need to get your buddy Dave to watch it. And I was like, I don't give a shit what he thinks. I still stand by that. However, look, when he rates a match highly, here's the power of Dave Meltzer. Okay. And this is why people get so mad at him. And it's no fault of his own. He's successful and that upsets people. Okay. Um, when he rates a match very highly, people take notice and then they go and seek out the match. Okay. Now I myself also told people that they need to go watch it. Paul Fontaine from Fight Game Media, and he's from the Observer website. He wrote an article for Fight Game Media saying that this match is great. You guys need to go see it. And that got people talking. Paul and Dave are friends. Paul does Dave's show. He does the UFC recap sometimes. It gets split between him and Ryan Frederick, depending on what time they do it. And so I'm going to go ahead and give Paul credit here for getting Dave to watch it. He got Dave to watch it. And here's what Dave's rating was. Let's go to the share screen. Zach Wentz, Mike Bailey, 4.75 stars, which that's almost a 5 boy. And that would be one of the highest rated matches in TNA history because TNA only has a couple of 5-star matches. I think the 2 Ospreay matches, the one with Speedball, and then of course the one with Josh Alexander, and then of course the Turning Point triple threat match. So this would be right under those. So this is like a top 5 match in TNA history. And then he himself went on to Wrestling Observer Radio, I think on Monday night after the Raw review, and said he wanted to make special mention of the match and say that it was one of the greatest matches in TNA history and that everybody needed to go out of the way to watch it. Unbreakable, thank you. Yeah, Unbreakable 2005 was the triple threat match between Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, and Samoa Joe that got the 5-star rating. So this is right up there with them. I think this is a fair rating. Although I'm not like a fan of rating matches anymore. I think it's kind of dumb. I want to switch to thumbs up or thumbs down. So only because the star ratings, like the fact that there's no cap on top of it, the fact that it just keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger, I think it has devalued something like a 4.75 whenever there's 7-star matches out there. And it's like, no, I think this was an amazing match. So, but yeah, kudos to those guys. I know Speedball and Zach are very proud of this match. I know they wanted the 5-star, and they were really close. And I think if somebody did give it 5, that I wouldn't, I don't think anybody would argue it. But they were just shy of the 5-star. And I know there's gonna be people, well, if it was in Jacksonville, if it was a Daily's place, it would have been shut up. This is very much a compliment. And so kudos to them. But for those of you that wanted Dave to watch the match, you got your wish. You watched the match. He said it's one of the greatest in TNA history. As far as where it ranks on match of the year ballot for TNA, I think I'm going to do something for Brace for Impact. I'll be sending. So those of you guys that watch, to include, obviously Patreon will be first, and then I'll send it out on the YouTube channel. At like the end of the year, we'll do something. We'll do a match of the year type of ballot. I'll figure out how to do that. For me, as it stands right now, I put it at number 2 behind Josh and Ospreay from the episode of TNA that they did in Vegas early in the year. Because I honestly, I put that match ahead of some of Ospreay's AEW matches, to be honest. Absolutely. I thought that match was just so incredible. In fact, I think I need to go watch it again here pretty soon, just because, just to refresh my memory. But I really, really loved that one. And I'll be honest, the match with Nemeth and Moose is not like far behind those two matches for me. I really, really enjoyed that match. I really did. I felt like that was the best main event for a TNA Plus special or a TNA pay-per-view all year. That was much better than any match that Moose had during his title reign, because I did not think that he had a great reign as far as match quality. Because what they were doing, and it was smart, I think they were just trying to set up Moose and get over his spear. And that way, when Nemeth eventually kicked out of the spear, it meant like it was like a bigger deal. So that was awesome. So that they did that, but they sacrificed some match quality there. And so yeah, I think that was the best main event of a big show that they had done all year. And I cannot, like, it was better than the 6-way at Slammiversary. I rated it high, like not rated, but I enjoyed it more than the Alexander Nemeth match. And I still enjoyed that Iron Man match. It took 30 minutes to get going. And so that's the tough part, because I was bored for the first half of the match. So that sucks. And I felt bad for BQ, because that brother got ADHD, so he cannot hang for that long. So I don't even think he watched the match. So that tells me that I don't think you could put that above the Moose and Nemeth match. And I know some people are going to derate that match because of the interference, but in this sense, because they didn't the show was not completely loaded with interference. And I think, and I said this about the All Out, I think it was All Out. I think I said about the All Out pay-per-view where they didn't do interference the whole time. And then when they did interference in the main event, it actually got a crowd reaction and it didn't get groans from me, right? They saved it for the main event. And so, and then the interference actually added to the drama of the match. And so I think that they did that too. So, but yeah, kudos to Zach and kudos to Speedball on that.